What is up, agents? How is it going? Happy Friday. This is Mike with Ground Zero. Got a great topic today that I want to talk about. Before we actually dive into the whole fundamentals of everything and giving you guys some value, I just want to talk about a quick story. And then it's actually an example that came up today. I was just working with an agent. So one of the agents here at the brokerage that we do some consulting for was asking me to kind of go through his content. You know, he hasn't been seeing quite the engagement that he wants and hasn't really had any conversations get started. And he's like, dude, what's up with my content? I'm posting 3-4 times a day on Instagram Reels, on TikTok. I'm doing the shorts. I'm creating long form. Like, what is up, man? I want to start seeing some results. Some people starting to reach out to me. And I say, I completely understand, but let's start to go through this content and see what's going on. So I'm going through the content and I say, well, who is it that you're trying to talk to? Like, who is your audience? And he's like, well, what do you mean? I'm just trying to talk to everybody, every buyer and seller, you know? I want to work with anybody. And I'm like, yeah, I know that, but like, who are you trying to talk to? I think, and he's like, well, I don't know. I've never really thought about that. And that's kind of the problem with a lot of agents with creating content. I made this mistake, and that's why I know. When I started creating content for our business with Ground Zero, I was just creating content that was meant for every single real estate agent that was ever out there. I was trying to, speak to everybody. And, diving into the topic today is by trying to speak to everybody, you speak to nobody. And I think that's something that we got to be more conscious within our content. That's a mistake that I was making, is I was trying to speak to everybody. So there's a couple problems with that, with, not just agents, but with anybody, but we're talking with realtors today, that realtors have with creating content. The first one is yes, like I just said, by trying to talk to everybody, you don't ever reach anybody. That's problem number one. Number two is people aren't taking action because you're trying to create a video that's meant for everybody. No one feels like you're talking directly to them or they're going to actually take action. One of the things is you want people to see your videos and feel like, man, that video, I feel like he was talking directly to me. And that won't happen if you don't actually know who you're trying to talk to, if you're trying to talk to everybody. So, chances are people aren't taking action on the videos if you don't know who you're talking to. And then the third thing is kind of like how this agent was. You're going to feel like you're wasting time. You're going to get burnt out. If you're creating 3-4 videos a day and you're really busting it out and you're not seeing the results, you're going to get burnt out after like a month of doing that many videos a day. So, a quote that I thought of kind of when I was putting this whole talk together is, it's sometimes big results can come from really small changes. And when you look at like a missile, this was the first example that came to mind. Like a 1% shift in a little bit of a missile can completely throw off, where it actually lands in coordination to the target that it's going for the ultimate goal. But just that 1% shift back, boom, bullseye, hits the target. So little shifts in the things that you do with creating content, if it's your better hook, if it's better energy, if it's bringing more value, knowing who you're talking to, like little changes start to add up to boom, till you hit it on the dot and you get the big success. You get what you want. You're creating conversations, your content's getting engagement. You see deals are starting to come in from what you're doing with your efforts. That's what all these videos are about that we create within our weekly newsletter, is we want agents to absolutely kill it. So let's get into it. This was the big problem with me with creating content when I was like just starting out with trying to talk to every single real estate agent out there. It's because I thought like, well, why would I not want to? Like, you feel like you're leaving opportunity on the table. I'm like, man, well, we can help everybody, but we leave opportunity on the table by doing that because we're not actually speaking to everybody. You see, there's actually more opportunity that gets created when you have a message that's directed for someone. Because like we said earlier, you want someone to watch your video and say, man, I felt like that video was you were talking directly toward me. But if you just have a bunch of videos that no one ever has that feeling, are you really leaving opportunity on the table? You're actually leaving opportunity on the table by not having a directed message. So here, I want to give you a quick and easy framework that you can have, and it's only 2 simple questions that you could use to ask yourself before you start to create videos. The first thing is ask, when you create a video, is who's this content actually for? Something that we do, and specifically I do a lot, is I'll almost like close my eyes and kind of meditate on it for a second and really start to visualize, like, who is this person that I'm trying to talk to? Who is the agent? Is it an agent doing 20 plus deals? Is it an agent under 10 deals? Is it someone who just doesn't have enough time? Is it someone who is, trying to save some money or do local, I really start to understand and paint a vivid picture of who is this agent, what are their problems, what are the things that they're going through, and I get a vivid picture of where they actually are. So I'm really understanding of, okay, I understand who the person is that I'm talking to in front of me right now. The second thing is what do you want them to get from the video? What's the underlying message? What's the one thing that when that person that you're creating this video for, when they watch this, what do you want them to walk away saying like, well, I got that? What's the message that you want them to get? The problem is less is more sometimes. That's what I was trying to get into. Is one of the things is, and this is, again, I'd say realtors, but it's a lot of people make this mistake. But right now we're making this video for you guys, you agents out there, is that less is more. We try to squeeze so many tips, tricks, and things and information into one video that people walk away like, oh my God, I just got 30,000 things thrown at me. I don't even know what the hell I got from that video. I mean, they walk away. I think less is more. Just make one video that has one underlying message that someone, when you know who they're talking to, walks away and be like, I got that, Is it about interest? I'm not going to dive into too much of that so I don't have to think too much. But, what is the underlying message that you want someone to get from that video walking away? So, that's it. 2 questions that I think that you should ask yourself before you're creating a video is, who's the content for, and what is the underlying message I want to get them to get from this? Start doing that within your content, and I guarantee you're going to see more engagement with what you do. You're going to get conversations get created. But ask yourself that before every single video that you make. You don't have to make 4 or 5 videos every single day. You can make 1 video. 3 videos a week is an ideal amount. And if you're doing that with all 3 videos, you're going to get engagement within what you're doing. So I hope you guys got some great value from that with creating videos. Go shoot some videos, start implementing these tactics and tricks. And yeah, I can't wait to have you guys create some videos, seeing myself. But I'll see you guys next week on next week's newsletter. Thank you so much.